Good morning, everyone. In this video, right, we will be going through the leakage reactance of sandwich coils. Okay, so that is what, or you can say it is the leakage reactance of in shell type transformer, right? So in the previous video, we have gone through the leakage reactance of the core type transformer. So here, right, so we have just a theory part, no, as per the derivation, right? So we'll have the direct formula, okay, but we'll have to go through the theory, right? So how it is, right? The distribution of the windings and all, okay. So we'll have those, okay. So this is how we have the sandwiched winding, okay. In shell type, what happens is we have the alternate layers of HV and LV winding, okay. So here, right, so if having LV, HV, LV, HV and LV, right, so they are sandwiched, right? That is alternate layers of HV and LV winding. And here this is a W, okay, that is the width of the winding, okay. And then BP, okay, that is the breadth, right, so of the HV winding, P. So since here the HV side is being taken as the primary, okay, and the LV as the secondary, therefore it is BS. So BP and BS, right? But the arrangement is so that these two ends, okay, this LV and this LV, right, they are half of this LV, okay. So it is said that if we are having n number of HV, okay, n number of HV windings, then we will have n minus 1 LV winding, okay, and 2 half LV winding on, okay. So this is having the LV windings at the top, bottom, and the topmost is a the fixture of this, okay. So therefore if they have to be 2, then they are divided, so half, right. So I have 2 HV winding, so I'll have n minus 1, so it is 2 minus 1 LV winding and 2 full sorry 2 half LV windings, right. So the time, so this becomes half of BS, okay, right. So that is what it is, okay, fine. So in the same way, right, so these examples I have, right. So for example, if when n is equal to 3, means if I have 3 HV windings, right, so these black lines are the HV representing the HV and these red lines representing the LV. So what happens, I have 3, right, therefore I'll have n minus 1, that is 2, okay. So this black line are HV, this and this red line which represents the LV, these are the 2 full LV windings, whereas this and this is the half, okay. So 3 HV, right, 2 full LV, 2 half LV, okay. Similarly, when n is equal to 4, right, so 1 2 3 4, the black line represents the HV, so I'll have n minus 1 full LV winding, so 1 2 3, okay. These 3 red lines represents 3 full LV winding, whereas these 2 are half and half, so 1, okay. So this is how the arrangement will be there, okay, fine. So next, right, so the first point is, let the HV winding have n coils, okay. Each of n coils is sandwiched between 2 coils of LV winding, okay. That is what we have seen, okay. So these are the HV, right, sandwiched. For this LV between 2 LVs and this again between 2 LVs, so it is sandwiched between LV winding. This requires the LV winding to have 2 half coils, one at each end of the winding, okay, and n minus 1 full coils spread in between. That is what we have spoken, right. So it tells 2 half coils, these are the 2 half coils, okay, 2 half coils, clear, and then this is the full, right. Next, each half coil of LV winding contains half the number of turns that of full LV coil, right. So that is what it says. For example, this half okay, each one of them have half of the turns of the full winding, right? So for example, if TS, okay, is the number of turns in this full LV winding, then here I'll have TS by 2 and TS by 2 turns. Okay, so that is what is the full, okay, that is being split, that is what it is being said. Each half of LV winding contains half the number of turns of that of a full LV coil. Okay, fine. And then if there are n coils in HV windings, there are n minus 1 full coils and 2 half coils in the LV winding. That is what we have seen. Okay, that is for n HV windings, n minus 1 full coils and 2 half coils. Okay, so by these examples we can know. Okay, so 3 HV, 3 full HV, then 2 full LV half. Right, similarly if we have 4 HV, okay, then that is 1 2 3 3 full LV half and half LV on the ends. Okay, that is what it is being told here. Okay, the winding can be considered as consisting of 2n units connected in series, with each unit consisting of half LV and half HV coil. This is an interesting one, right? So I'll repeat, the winding can be considered as consisting of 2n units connected in series, with each unit consisting of half LV coil and half HV coil, right? So for example, in this, right, so I have how much? N is equal to 2. N is equal to 2. So that how much units? 2n units. So 4 units I will have. How is that 4 units? Is what it is, already we have half of the LV winding, right? So here also you can see in this figure they have shown this much as half of BP. Okay, so this is half of BP, half of BP, total BP, right? So what they tell is, so they are connected in series, right? So which contains half of this and half of this. Okay, so half of this connected with this, so I'll have 1. Okay, the remaining half with half of this, the 2, half of this and half of this is 3, and half of this with this, so I'll have 4. Okay, similarly, right, so when we go for n is equal to 3, then I should have 6 units, right? So consisting of half LV and half HV. So if you see here, right, so this is one full HV, the black one, this is half LV, so half of this with this. Okay, so this becomes 1, half of this and half of this 2, half of this and half of this 3, then half of this and half of this 4, half of this and this is 5, and already this is half and half of this. Okay, so 6. So it is 2n. N is 3, so we're getting 2n, that is the 6 units. Okay, which consists of half LV and HV, which are connected in series. Okay, so similarly we can extrapolate this or extend this to n is equal to 4. So here we will have 8 units of half LV and HV coil. Okay, so that is what is being told here. The winding can be considered as connecting 2n units connected in series, with each unit consisting of half LV coil and half HV coil. Okay, so next, each of these units can be treated on the same basis as that of cylindrical concentric winding. That is what it is being told. Okay, it is treated, that is this unit, okay, the units that we have. Okay, this unit, okay, which consists 1/2 LV and 1/2 HV, they can be treated, okay, in the same line as that of cylindrical concentric winding. Okay, that is what is happening. The next, the width of the coil W can be taken analogous to the axial length LC of the cylindrical winding, right? So when we go on to the basics, right, so with this, right, so here, right, we in that time also we told, right, so this is our core type, okay, concentric winding, right? So these were the windings and the duct and the what you call the flux in the duct, right? So we said they were parallel to this. Okay, this is the length, axial length that we had, LC. Okay, so similarly what we are told was, right here again these are the windings and in between we have ducts. Okay, so where you can see that this flux is parallel to this width. Okay, so what, because of that, so what it is saying is the width of the coil W, okay, that is this, okay, W, okay, can be taken as analogous to LC, this one. Okay, so that is what it is. Okay, fine. Since we don't have the derivation for this, okay, so the leakage reactance of each unit per phase, okay, refer to the primary side. Okay, so we have it as 2 pi f mu naught Tp by 2n whole square LMT by W A plus BP plus BS by 6. Okay, so this is the equation that we have. So Tp by 2n, which is equal to number of turns in each half coil of primary winding, right? So that is what, okay, Tp total turns by 2n. Okay, therefore the total reactance of transformer per phase refer to the primary side. Okay, so 2n, okay, into 2 pi f naught Tp by Tn whole square, okay, then LMT W A plus BP plus BS by 6. Okay, so as it is, so we'll get here 4n. Okay, so 2 2s are 4, that 4 gets cancelled, so I have only n, Tp square, then fine, pi f mu naught as it is, then LM. Okay, so this is the XP that we have. So it is pi f mu naught Tp square by n A plus BP by BS by 6 into LMT by W. Okay, so this is not there, so that is the right from this equation. So then per unit reactance, okay, so it will be Ex. Okay, so right, so Ex is nothing but I into X by V. Okay, so from that I, right, gets in combination with one of the Tp and becomes AT, the other Tp by V. Okay, so it is the inverse of voltage per turn. Okay, so rest are the same. So this n is here pi f mu naught by n AT, right, then the volt per turn LMTW as it is A plus BP plus BS by 6. Okay, so this is the equation that we have for leakage reactance per unit for a shell type transformer. Thank you. Next we'll continue with few of the numericals related to this leakage reactance. Okay, so the first one is current densities in the primary and secondary windings of a transformer are 2.2 and 2.1 ampere per mm square respectively. The ratio of transformation is 10:1 and the length of mean turn of the primary is 10% greater than that of the secondary. Okay, calculate the resistance of the secondary winding given that the primary winding resistance is 8 ohm. Okay, so the solution, resistance of the primary winding Rp, okay, so it is rho LMTP by AP, okay, so into TP that we have taken. Okay, so it is the resistance of the primary Rp, right? So instead of AP here we have brought in the delta, that is the current density. Okay, so we know current density is ampere per area, so area will be current per current density, so it is rho TP LMTP delta P by IP. Okay, on similar basis, okay, the resistance is RS. okay, will be equal to rho ts lmts delta s by is. Okay, so next what we are doing is taking the ratio, that is rs to rp. Okay, so basic we are dividing it, right? And then in this, okay, we are just rearranging them. ts by tp, lmts by lmtp, delta s by delta p, and then ip by is. Okay, so since then in the denominator we get the inverse of that. Okay, so then ts by tp square, how is this means, right? So by basic equation we have, right, ts or tp by ts would be is by ip. So ts by tp is equal to ip by is. So from that, this ip by is is replaced by ts by tp, therefore it is ts by tp square excuse me, then lmts by lmtp as it is delta s by delta p. Therefore from this, rs will be equal to this whole equation into rp. That is what is done. So ts by tp, they are given the transformation ratio, right? So 10:1, so 1 by 10 square, then 1 by 1.1. It is said that it is mean 10 is 10 times greater than that of the secondary. So if 1 by 1.1 into 2.1 by 2.2, which are given values, okay, then into 8. Okay, fine. So that is what we have. Okay, so from this, solving for this, we get rs is equal to 0.0694 ohm, or approximated to 0.07 ohm. Going for the next numerical, a 300 kilovolt ampere, 6600 bar 400 volt, 50 hertz, delta bar star 3 phase core type transformer has the following data. Width of the duct is equal to 15 mm, width of the HV winding is 25 mm, width of LV winding is 16 mm, then the length of mean turn is 0.9 mm, right? And then LV winding turns is 830, and then height of the coils is 0.5 meter. Okay, so for the given data, calculate the leakage reactance of the transformer, refer to HV side. Second one, if LV coil is split into two parts with one part on each side of the HV coil, calculate the leakage reactance, refer to the HV side. Okay, assume the duct is of 15 mm between HV and LV winding. Okay, therefore solution, leakage reactance, refer to the primary side. Okay, this is the equation we have, 2f mu naught tp square lmt by lc into a plus bs plus bp by 3. Okay, so all the data are given. Okay, so 2 pi 50 hertz, then mu naught 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 3, then tp 830 square turns, that is given, so tp square into 0.9 by 0.5 lmt by the axial length lc, then the duct, okay, which is 0.15 meter plus 0.025 plus 0.016, okay, the bs and the bp divided by 3. Okay, and solving this, we get xp to be 14.033 ohm, right? So approximated to 14 ohm. Okay, since the LV windings are divided into two parts, okay, so here the xp is equal to pi f mu naught tp square lmt by lc into a plus bs by bp by 6. Okay, so this is a change. Okay, so that, right, so with this, okay, it can be, right? So here we have the HV winding that is split. Okay, so here it is the split. Okay, so what is this is MMF distribution in transformer with HV winding split into two parts, but the problem we have LV winding, right? So when this is there, okay, we have this equation which is the standard. Okay, so it is directly taken. So when it is split, we get this equation. So xp is equal to, right, pi frequency into 10 minus into 830 square into point, right, so 0.015 plus 0.025 plus 0.016 all remain the same, that only here we have divided by 6. Okay, so here we get 5.344 ohm, right? Or the leakage reactance is 5.34 ohm. Okay, and the last problem, right? So 100 kVA, 2000 bar, 400 volt, 50 hertz, single phase shell type transformer has a sandwich coils. There are two full HV coils, one full LV coils, and two half LV coils. Okay, this is what standard they are. Calculate the value of leakage reactance referred to the HV side. Also calculate the per unit leakage reactance. The data is given as. Okay, so the data that we have is the depth of HV coil is 40 mm. Okay, the depth of the duct between HV and LV winding is 16 mm. Depth of LV coil is 36 mm. Width of winding is 0.12 meter. Length of mean turn 1.5 meter. And the turns on HV side is 200. Okay, so solution leakage reactance refer to the HV side. Okay, so that is for a shell type now. So it is pi f mu naught LMT by W TP square by N into A BP plus BS by 6. Okay, so that is pi f mu naught into 1.5 by 0.12, 0.16 plus 0.04 plus 0.036. Okay, these two values divided by 6 into TP 200 by 2, because N here is 2, where N was assumed to be number of HV. Okay, so they have told HV we have is 2 here. Okay, from solving on this, we get XP is 1.4146 ohm approximated to 1.42 ohm. Okay, this is the XP, that is the per phase leakage reactance. Then HV winding current at full load, okay, is the kVA by the voltage, primary voltage, so that we get 50 ampere. Therefore, per unit leakage reactance EX, right? So is IP XP by VP. So IP is 50, XP I have got is 1.42 divided by the voltage. Okay, so it comes around 0.0355. Okay, so these are the numericals that we'll be having. Thank you.